Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Frieren, and what an awesome episode we had here with the greatest joy of magic, and what is it? But also the very interesting reveals, like when fightings happen, you get so many nuggets of information, so to say, about how spell works, why this happened like this, and so on, and also a very intriguing flashback concerning Zerie, and yes, the pronunciation I found out right now is Z, not S, Zerie, and Flamme with Frieren. So overall tournament arc here, first exam is over and I can't wait for the second one. But anyway, let's get into this episode and talk a bit about it. Now we have the episode starting with Flamme and Frieren going to the Zerie, and them kneeling there kind of in front like somebody very important. You can kind of figure out from here, it felt like Zerie was Flamme's teacher, and then it's later a bit confirmed in the episode, and that's in fact the case. But then the full interaction is shown a bit later into the episode, and we're going to get to that because the scene actually ties in with something very interesting in the present. Then we have the fights there, Richter versus Lavin and Kane, and then the Edwin, insert your Gojo meme, Denken versus Frieren. We knew where that fight was gonna be, but it was still very entertaining, and even more because of a very important question. What is the greatest joy of magic? And I really liked Denken's answer. He said, searching for it. I'm paraphrasing a bit, and this is where it ties back in to the moment with Zerie that the episode started with. Like, Zerie was instantly, hey, I'm gonna give you what spell you want. Every mage is looking for a spell, and I have the option, the ability to give you, since I have so many grimoires, everything there. And I was expecting it to happen, and I was so happy when it did. Frieren flat out refusing. No hesitation, nothing, even to the frustration of Zerie saying no, she's not good enough. But Flamme had full confidence in Frieren, saying she will be the one to kill the demon king, and said something very curious there, which got me very interesting. I hope they're gonna expand. They probably will later on, when Flamme said that apparently you cannot kill the Demon King if you seek battle. And it seems like Zerie is a bit more confrontational. Maybe she enjoys battle and things like that. But I'm curious, what does that mean for the Demon King? Is there like a curse mechanic or something that if you want to defeat it, you can't? Or maybe if you just want battle way too much, maybe you... I'm curious. There's something, a nugget that I can't place my finger on it, but it's also very intriguing. And telling Zerie, can you imagine peace? She's a mage of era of peace, so maybe Zerie is kind of like a warlike mage in a way that which kind of makes sense with her gathering so many mages. Still don't know what exactly Zerie is planning to do, but overall that scene was awesome, and Frieren has the same answer. The greatest joy of magic is searching for it, and this is why she liked Denken's answer, and I love that scene quite a lot, and things just developed even more just with that small flashback there. But back in the present, we see Richter with his earthbending magic versus Lavin and Kane, and another thing that Frieren does really well is expanding a bit how magic works. And here we knew from a few episodes ago at the start of the series, so to say, when we found out about Zoltrak, the demon who developed it, how humanity evolved it later on, it became an attack spell, and also how defense magic evolved. And here, very good thing is don't overcomplicate defense magic, because the longer it takes to cast, if you make it way too overcomplicated, you can die because of that. And here we see how modern magic is focused on that here, and him using physical attacks is very important, because since the defense magic is focused mainly to defend against magic, it can defend against the physical things, but not as well as magic. So he overpowers his opponents with physical magic. So showing a weakness to something like this. I really like those intriguing things. Small power system, how it works, why it works like this, breaking the rules of it in a way how everybody has this fixed idea, but if you look at it from outside the box or from a different perspective, you can gain a pretty huge advantage, and we saw it here with Richter, and I really liked that. Then we had him being stronger, had more mana, more experience than them. Lavin couldn't do much trying to freeze him, and Kane didn't have access to her magic, which comes in to play later on, and that was very, very well done. And Lavin figured out something about Richter. We're gonna get back to that. Then the other fight, we knew the outcome for it, but it was still really fun to see it. Denken versus Frieren, the air battle there, two fighter jets fighting, him deciding. I wasn't expecting him to have that huge tornado of fire to be able to cast it. Kinda was expecting him to be more elegant into his fight, so to say, more not as direct, like, hey, let me cast a fire tornado there. And we see that Zeri was the one that created the big barrier, and somebody was analyzing it, commentating by the two proctors there. And the fight, of course, Frieren was able to defend against everything, counter-attacking very easily. That wasn't a fight, it was like a noob getting destroyed by a pro player in gaming, so to say, a good analogy there. She blasts him, he uses all his mana, looked great, of course, but he also got humbled, and I like he admitted that, and she only used basic magic, the same lesson she gave to Fern there. And I still think he won. Honestly, Denken won because of what happened after. How many of you would have liked to be in his position? Because he gets defeated, he doesn't want to give up the location of Laufen with the Stile, the bird there, and he gets stepped on by Free. So he won. Let's be honest here, he won, winning in defeat. Comment down below which one of you would have liked to be that one. So he gets used as a hostage, a bit of a mental game against Laufen, even though Denken was like, don't do it, it's a trap. She does it, of course, lack of experience, wanting to help Denken. She gets caught very easily there, and Frieren gets the bird back. But also what I liked was the conversation a bit after. We find out more with Denken's motivation, with Laufen asking him, why do you want to be a first class mage? You already have pretty much everything you could ever want. Now, he makes a good point here, saying that his land is in the northern plains there, and we know you need to be a first class major. Have a first class mage go with you. Still really curious what's happening there with demon activity and everything. But the reason why is very sentimental. And I liked that. Denken's quickly becoming one of the best characters, the new ones have gotten introduced to, saying he wants to visit a grave. Now, we don't know who, maybe a family member, wife, lover, kid, something along those lines, but showing when you have literally everything in the world, it comes down to what is actually the most important, and the ones that you love and the ones that you lost. That you might have ignored them, trying to pursue your greed, your ambition, or whatever, but after that it comes too little too late, the realization, or maybe that was the thing that pushed him forward to do this. I really like what Denken did in this episode, and Frieren having faith in Kanen Lavin, and she was the one that analyzed the barrier. I like how Genau says like, yeah, I know that barrier is never gonna go down. Do you think there's a stronger mage than Zeri? I don't think Frieren is stronger, but maybe she has the potential to get there, or maybe they're along the same levels, but Zeri seems like something else in a league of her own there. Now we have Richter still being in control of the fight with earthbending, and this is where Frieren steals the show, starts releasing her power and breaks the barrier. And that moment looked so good and made even better by the reactions of Genau and said that to Proctors. No, it's not gonna happen, and the barrier comes crumbling down. Awesome. I love moments like that when characters say, yeah, this thing is impossible, it's never going to happen, and then that exact thing happens right immediately. Now, the barrier being broken also set up something in motion for the future. Zerie sensing it and getting very excited that Frieren did it. So we're gonna have a reunion. I can't wait for that to happen. But also as a side effect, since it was raining, Kane can use her power, her water magic now. And that was why Richter was scared. And I liked how Frieren said magic should be free. And magic is also based on the visual imagination. And can you imagine defeating a water mage during rain? Yeah, very good question. Then you have the huge water above Richter said, like, Mommy, I'm sorry. And he gets blasted very easily. And I liked after that the cute moment, Frieren praising them for having their victory. We had a few episodes with praising somebody, acknowledging their efforts, everything they did, being true. Such a quick, short moment means a lot. Then we have Denken and his team escaping there. I like how they had to escape by breaking the tree itself, not the binding spell, because they couldn't break the spell there, and they decide not to give up, or at least Denken pushes them to it. On the other hand, we also have Ubel and Fern talking. They're talking a bit about magic. I like how Fern was like, I also know a spell, seeing through clothes, and Ubel instantly wanted to hide. Land made a good point. Don't reveal our tricks. Moving forward, we could be enemies. Now, I'm curious how that party dynamic is gonna go, even more after the party breaks. I kind of want to see Fern versus Ubel. I think that's gonna be an interesting fight. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but hey, you never know. Also, I want to see more Vribel. I really liked him last episode quite a lot. Lavine and Kane, of course, here. Now, we also have Denken is probably gonna be in the next round. They discover a party that lost one of their members but still have their bird. Of course, both parties were without mana, and I like him after this. Is like, he just goes up to them directly, takes off his cloak there, and let's fight around. Challenge man to fist fight. Yes, when you're out of magic, just use your fists. The most important lesson from this episode. Imagine Frieren and Fern punching fools out. So yeah, they probably won that fight. Kind of made me think a bit of Golden Kamui and Gansaku. If you guys haven't watched Golden Kamui, make sure you check it out. But the first test is over. We see the parties recovering there. 6 of them, I think, passed 18 people in total. Then 3 days later, we're gonna have the second test, and the episode ends with Stark kind of wallowing a bit in his success or freedom in a way, but also kind of feeling a bit sad at the same time, living without parents, as in without Fern and Frieren, always nagging him, but also missing them at the same time. So overall, awesome episode, and can't wait for the second test. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode. What do you think about everything that has been revealed? Are you excited for Zerie and Frieren reunion? And who do you think is going to pass the exam? No spoilers, of course. Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Helps me quite a lot. And you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Frieren. Make sure to check out the podcast, Because Anime. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye-bye.